right, welcome back, my brothers and sisters, my patriots across this incredible nation, the people whom I call my colleagues. This is something we got to talk about, guys. Some more information just came in with this whole stupid, idiotic debacle that is completely self-inflicted around the whole Epstein, Pam Bondi, Bongino, Dan, Cash Patel, Trump, that whole thing. Yeah, I'm about to show you all the implications of this, and the reason that this is so important is showing through right now. This is why I've been covering this from the very beginning. This moment is where it starts to filter over and impact on the rights that we can reclaim and how the ability to get things done. This is how this impacts it. This is why I cover these things, because they're all linked. All right, so as you guys get in here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. We have got to talk about this because this is just silly. All right. As you guys get in here, make sure you follow me at Braden LOA on X, because that is a big part of this, and I want to show you a lot of stuff. And it looks like the notifications actually went out, which is incredible. So thank you guys for tuning in so quickly. Here's my intro kind of monologue on this, and I did this on my podcast. It's called Positively American. Did it today, yesterday, and then I'm also going to do it in this episode right now, this live stream. So one of the most crucial things that you have to understand about all of this, it's not about what we're talking about. This entire thing has nothing to do with a guy named Epstein. This has to do with a feeling of trust and deception and corruption. Those three things. And every single person out there watching right now, and you can like and share if you agree to really get this message out, every single one of you knows that if you feel lied to in the pit of your stomach, you know it, you feel it, and you get pissed. Everyone does, whether you're Democrat, Republican, or Independent. This entire thing, from the very beginning that I have said, and you guys can go back and check the tape since this dropped, I think it was last Sunday. This is about trust. This is all about trust. Bondi is the center of this. She goes out and says what she says, and then she says something counteractive. It started off this entire kickstorm because it triggered a distrust. That's the whole point. It could have been easily fixed, but now we're on this downhill snowball from hell, and I'm going to show you all of it right now. You got Republicans going crazy, Democrats are completely lying. I mean, like literally, guys, this is a big deal, and the general population is 100% involved in this, okay? This is not an isolated thing. Let's get into this. So this happened this evening, and I want to show you this because this is where currently, after all the pushback and everything that's happened from MAGA, conservatives, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, whatever, this is what Pam Bondi just said today. This is important because it's just, at this point, it only qualifies as tone deaf. Watch this.
And the president said today you would release credible files related to Mr. Epstein. Are you prepared to do that, and when would you do that?
Our memo speaks for itself, and we'll get back to you on anything else. I haven't seen all of his statements.
Our memo speaks for itself. Now, what the memo she's talking about right there is the DOJ's memo that was last Sunday that was leaked out to the Axios report around basically case closed. There's no evidence. There's no files. There's no nothing. So the memo stands as it is. Yeah. How's that going to go? Okay. Let's just keep going. Because at this point, Bondi has put herself in a bucket for me where I'm like, this is not helping anything. Let's keep on trucking though. Because I want to show you something from the Rasmusen report channel that came out today. And this is a pollster that I follow a lot during elections. A lot of the coverage that we do around the House, the Senate, the presidential for the whole 2 years going up into the elections. A lot of it comes from Rasmussen, and I always cite it, and everything's always linked in the description box below. But what he's about to show you is what I just said in this intro. Every single person, regardless of Democrat, Republican, Independent, or just agnostic, don't care, you all have the same gut feeling that there should be no two tiers of justice, and you shouldn't lie to me, and there should be no corruption in our government. That is a universal. Watch this, okay? I'm going to play this for about a minute, and then I'll break it down on the other side, because this is the crux of the problem.
I want to reiterate this very important point. You never see a 100% number in polling. Never. I've never seen a 100% number. This is one of the highest numbers I've seen. How important is the rule of law? Ensuring that public officials are held to the same standard of justice as other citizens. 82% very important. People wouldn't even say oxygen is 82% very important. 12% somewhat important for a combined total of 94%. Literally everybody, every age, every gender, every race. Democrats, 84% very important. Republicans, 80% very important. Everybody thinks it's important. 95% of everybody. It's incredible. This is the problem. It's not that the people wanted a list, didn't get a list, and so a campaign promise was broken. Donald Trump promised to drain the swamp. 67% of voters agree that it's time to drain the swamp. And when you let all of those powerful people just skate with something that everybody else would not only get thrown into jail, but get brutalized by the other prisoners for, like, this is a problem. Americans are rebellious people at heart, and they don't like being ruled by scumbags.
You know what? We are rebellious by heart, and I own that, and I fully embrace all the next generations to continue that rebellion, because that's why we're free. All right, listen. 94% of people do not want a two-tier justice system. Guys, 94%? You cannot get Republicans and Democrats to agree on the color of the sky if they're both under it. 94%? This is not about a campaign promise, and this is not about an Epstein. This is not about that. This is literally about a two-tier justice system and the trust of which people feel violated. That's why I've been hitting this so incredibly hard of get in front of this and have answers for the feelings of lying and deception we feel. All right? Sorry, that was itching me like crazy. That's a big thing. That's a real big thing. In fact, I've got something else I'm going to show you here in a second because, guys, this is what it all boils down to. We as a people are sick of being lied to. And I'm not saying Trump is lying to us. I'm saying in general, everything. We're sick of all of it. All right? Let me get this to 538, about 10 seconds more, not the old defunct polling agency. Watch this. This is so crazy because remember that thing I tell you guys about when we talk about all the things that we need to get done and how we lean on individual peoples and twist their arm and make them vote the way we want to because it's the makeup that we have in Congress. You guys remember how I say all that stuff? This is why this is so important because watch what just happened to the independents around Trump's individual approval numbers. Watch this.
No, they're not that bad. In fact, today's result isn't even the lowest of his term. But let's take a look. As of today, Donald Trump has a 47% approval rating. It's a few points higher than Joe Biden left office with, but it's not great. 51% disapprove for a net -4. And I will note that Right Track is holding up with a 44%. Republican approval is still above 81%. Joe Biden was often in the 70s with Democrats. Democrat approval is down to 23 now, lower than it's been. But look at that independent column. No bueno. 39% independent approval rating, 58% disapprove for a -19 points. That's not good. That's not good at all. Donald Trump was winning with independents in our polling in the fall.
All right. There's two reasons I'm showing you that right now. I'm trying to show you and highlight how important this is to fix. Because I'm not on team burn the entire thing down. I'm on team fix this thing. You guys know that from my 4 or 5 years of us going through all of this 2 and 3 videos a day. I'm on team fix it. But when you're talking about that type of split on independence, this is a salient issue like they've never seen before. You cannot win an election. You cannot win a House. You cannot win a Senate. You cannot win anything unless you have the independents. Every election is a battle for the independents. It's not a battle for Republican or for Democrat. It's a battle for the independents. That's why Trump did so well, because he built a coalition mostly of independents and disaffected Democrats. Right now, because of this, you're at -19 on independents. And I'm going to show you how the Democrats are capitalizing in a second. This is just the raw data you need to see ahead of the schedule. This is a very important thing, guys. And that's why I cover it, because all these things are connected. Let's keep on going, though. And everything will be linked in the description box if you want to watch. So this right here, this is more to that evidence. And again, all these tabs that I have next are going to show you the Democrats' responses, the Republican responses, and where this is going, because Republicans are starting to bail too, all right? So when you look at what I'm about to show you in CNN, you're going to see more of that unification that I was telling you about, okay? The unification between every single person in the United States feeling real shitty about how things are going. Trust, deception, corruption, that gut feeling thing, right? Watch this. Again, you cannot get these groups to align on much of anything. And here we go again. CNN, Harry Enton.
There's a new CNN poll that's just out. How's the controversy impacting the president's support?
Yeah, I would say that the word is dissatisfied. That is how Americans feel in terms of the releases so far of the Epstein case. Take a look here. Epstein case, amount of info release. The winner here, 50% dissatisfied. Doesn't matter, 29%, not heard enough, 17%. But look at the bottom of your screen. The percentage that are satisfied is just 3%. That's 1, that's 2, that is just 3%. I feel like the count on Sesame Street. Just 3% of Americans are satisfied so far with the amount of information released. The clear winner in this particular case is 50%. Half of the public is dissatisfied, at least so far.
And are you seeing a big difference between how Republicans and Democrats are viewing this?
No, and that I think is kind of the interesting sort of nugget in what's going on here. You see this 50% dissatisfied.
All right, I'm going to go to the next point in a second, but what I'm trying to land this plane, guys, and by the way, if you're just now getting in here, please make sure you hit that like button, you share this out, and you do as many interaction points as you can, like all the little emojis over here, because I'm getting reports YouTube changed the algorithm a little bit, and more engagements are better for the channel, and it's free. So if you could do that, that'd be amazing. And I'll get to the super chats here in 1 second. He just said the very end, like that the anchor was literally doing a setup question to try to do some kind of like, oh, we got him. Democrats and Republicans are equally pissed on this. Okay, I'm going to finish this clip out, and then I'm going to wrap up the polling, and then we're going to go to the responses and how they're trying to manipulate it, and they're also trying to jump ship. Guys, this is the story of minimum this year. Minimum. All right, let's keep on going, though. I want to get Harry completed here. Oh, I thank you so much for those hearts and engagement, guys. Thank you very much.
And let's break it down by party. Okay, Epstein case, amount of info released. Look at this. You get 43% of lean GOP, that's Republicans and independents who lean towards the Republican Party, who are dissatisfied. Look at this. Just 4% satisfied? My goodness gracious. When you only have 4% that is with Donald Trump on a particular issue, that is ridiculously low. I've never seen anything quite like it. How about lean Democrat? 60% dissatisfied. Compare that to 3% who are satisfied. Again, 4%, 3% Republican, Democrat. You rarely ever see this type of agreement. Now, of course, there's another divide in American politics, one that has increased over the past few decades, and that is whites with a college degree, whites without a college degree. But in this particular case, we see agreement. What are we talking about? This Epstein case, amount of info released, dissatisfied, 55% of white college graduates and 53% of white non-college graduates, Donald Trump's historic base, yet the majority are dissatisfied.
All right, again, the big story here is that everything's the same. That is unparalleled. Like that's unprecedented. You're talking about white non-college, white college, the same. They're all pissed. Republicans, Democrats, they're all pissed. Independents, minus 19. 94% of people think this is important. The line that this is just going to go away is not correct. And I'm talking to you from somebody who wants this to be resolved. I want to keep going for the betterment of our country. There's many things that I like. This is going to cause a problem for everything that we're trying to accomplish, all of us together. And before I go into the next one, this little line that we're about to walk you through about how the Democrats think that Republicans and conservatives and MAGA and anybody who loves the country and is trying to fix it just doesn't care anymore because they're so pissed. Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. All right, let's keep on going. I'm going to hit these super chats. I got 2 or 3 of them stacked up. Will Crump for $5 says, I fear this issue alone could cost us the midterms in both chambers. If that happens, it's over for us. Will, I share your concerns. I do not believe the Senate is in danger. The House is absolutely in danger, and it is absolutely not over for us. That just means that we're going to work on our end and just drag these politicians along. But these things have consequences. These types of actions and decisions do have consequences. They do, flat out. I mean, Bondi has not been has not had many fans in the 2A space, and turns out they get to put a little feather in their cap on that one because she really didn't do great on this. All right, Toy Painter for $5. Trump has lost the trust of the American people, and he cannot get it back. He has just handed the midterms to the Democrats. That is possible. Honestly, I think it's a long way from here, but you know what? It's not off the table, only because they are so close in number. Ash for $5. Trump has lost the independent vote. The GOP will lose in the midterms. They did it to themselves. If they do lose the midterms, they absolutely did do it to themselves, Ash. I completely agree. And a lot of people in the chat I've seen a few times. I'm trying to stay involved in it, but I'm also trying to keep your attention here. You've got the one big beautiful bill. There's a lot of bad feels about that from a standpoint of the spending, from a standpoint of the way it was handled with the 2A space, with the NFA stuff, with the suppressor removal. You have this scenario. You have the Ukraine weapons, but even though we're not paying for them, but we're still giving them. I mean, like literally, there's like 4 or 5 things in the past 3 weeks that have just been like legitimately. But anyway, so that's that. And as you guys are just now getting in here, make sure you hit some like buttons, you hit some emojis, you like the stream, share it out, you love it, and you just jump in that chat and take part in the conversation. Let's keep going. All right. Now we're going to start talking about some Republicans who guys, I swear to you, if this clip had not come through today, I might have thought they were all brain dead. On what I'm about to show you. This is a Republican from Tennessee. And what he says here, you guys tell me in the chat if you do not echo this exact sentiment. Okay, this is exactly how I feel. Watch it. It's so perfect. It's amazing. I love these off clips. Check this out.
Should there be an investigation or a special counsel investigation?
I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I just find them guilty and hang them publicly. I mean, that's not over the top either. I'm over it. It disgusts me. I'm big on clarity and transparency, and that's good reason people don't trust government, either party.
I'm big on clarity and transparency, and that's why people don't trust the government on any party. All right, if you're just now tuning in and you're keeping track at home, you got 94% of the population, you've got 40% of Republicans, 60% of Democrats, you got 55 and 55, 50-55 on white college, white non-college, and everybody's pissed. I mean, I've never seen any type of unity in polling and opinion like this ever. It's nice to be unified at least. Anyway, let's keep on going. I got something else from this guy right here. What's his name? Tim Burchett. He's a spicy one. All right. So this is a 57-second clip. You guys like that clip? That's awesome. That's good. Okay, go ahead. Audio, video. I'm going to play this clip real quick. This is where he kind of just goes real hard on the DOJ. And again, I would love to hear you guys in the chat on this one. Tell me if you agree, because I share these feelings. I feel this life right here.
If you were in charge of the DOJ, what would you do to restore the faith of the American people? Seems to be a big crisis of trust right now.
I would fire everyone there and make everyone reapply, and then they'd have to verify that they could do a job and what the heck they're doing, because it's just too deep. Like I said, Trump comes in, first term, he fires the head guy thinking that'll do it, not understanding that layer is deep. It goes deep, and the corruption goes deep. And so I think you fire everybody, and then you make everybody reapply. And that allows a lot of patriotic Americans a shot at doing what they want to do, and that's bust bad people.
That's right.
And ultimately, I think, Cash Patel and my buddy Dan Bongino, I think they're incredibly patriotic Americans. And they're like me, are very idealistic, but they're very realistic. And I'm sure their frustration runs deep right now.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. If you were in charge.
All right. So first of all, just bear with me. The camera I swear it is having an aneurysm off and on. It'll be up in a second. Just listen to my melodious voice. All right, there we go. So this is one thing that the camera's just going to kill itself, whatever. All right, listen. The thing that you have to understand when you're looking at all of these little individual moments, they're always saying Kash Patel is a good patriotic American. He has the best, I swear to God, that camera's going to kill me. He has the best plans in heart and in mind and everything. And so Dan Bongino is also really incredible, and he loves everything too. But they're not saying a whole lot about Bondi. You notice that? And again, the camera will come back on. Just bear with me. It's having an aneurysm. That's a very important piece to this, is they don't have the ability to say, and Bondi is a great American patriot as well. I don't know if you guys have caught that over the last few days of this, but every single person talking is in, I don't think they're doing it on purpose, but they're going, I'm going to lose this camera's mind. This camera's going to make me lose my mind. But they're saying, basically, I totally trust everybody. Dan Bongino is amazing. Kash Patel is incredible. And I like President Trump. Well, you kind of missed the person in there. Her name's the Attorney General. Little awkward. Just saying. And thank you guys for bearing with me through that camera shenanigan, because I swear I'm gonna buy a new camera and throw this one in the ocean. All right, let's keep on going, because I want to show you something else that Tim Burchett has put out here. All right. So Tim Burchett, it's the same guy who you just saw saying basically hang them publicly, which, I mean, he's talking about the pedophiles and the people that would be guilty of this stuff, right? He just put out this little thing right here. Tim Burchett letter calling for Ghislaine Maxwell to testify before the GOP oversight on the truth behind Epstein. I'm going to read it really quickly, just a little quick letter. Chairman Comer, thank you for your continued leadership on the House Committee on Oversight and Reform. Given the events of the past week, I respectfully request you invite Ms. Maxwell to testify in the public hearing before the committee. Should Ms. Maxwell refuse the invitation, I encourage you to use subpoena powers. The Republicans aren't going along with this the same way. They're just not. Representative Eli Crane has seen the same thing. Guys, the bottom line, every single person says something smells. I don't know how else to say it. That's it in a nutshell. Every single person involved or around with this smells something's wrong. That little trust, deception, gut feeling thing, you're not alone. And that's a really big, important part to this. That's why I look at all the data points here. All right, so let's go over to the Oversight Chairman, James Comer. Then I'm going to go down my raw feed on my X profile, the single most dangerous thing a YouTuber can do. And we're just going to see what happens and pop up, and I'll react in real time. But anyway, so let's get into this. This is shorter. It's like 17 seconds.
Best advice for Pam Bondi is what? Very quickly.
Take the ball and run with it. People want to see accountability. There have been a lot of investigations. The deep state has been exposed thanks to Radcliffe and Kash Patel. Let's start prosecuting these people. Let's set some examples out of some people.
Best advice for Pam Bondi.
All right, so now that one had Pam Bondi in. Start doing something. I mean, legitimately, we're at a point right now where we are so thirsty as a nation. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong on this. If I'm wrong on this, tell me in the chat. But you know what? If I'm right, let me flood some emoji hearts or 100s over here, whatever you guys are feeling right now. Every single one of us is thirsty, drought, dying of thirst in the desert. Please, God, some accountability. Please. Restore the faith that we have in our institutions. Restore the faith that we have that everyone's not going to go up there and just screw us. Please tell the truth for the love of God. Arrest somebody. I mean, like, am I wrong on that? I'd look forward. You guys are a few minutes behind. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going. The bottom line here is, and this is what we're chasing on my podcast, Positively American, this channel, and the shorts on Katie's channel. This is the whole thing we're doing. It's about taking our country back. We have to restore trust and compatibility with belief. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. All right, let's keep on going here. This is something that I wanted to hit really quickly as well, because you remember, a few of you may have watched or listened to the podcast that I put out about this, and one of the big things that I hit on that was the Democrats are going to take full advantage of this, and they're going to start putting forward bills, and then when the bills are guaranteed to fail, which they know they're going to fail, they're going to go, oh, Republicans are hiding pedophiles. Sure as shit, that was all day today. This is all completely avoidable. Forgive my frustration. I'm a guy on the internet, and I can do this. Okay. Anna Paulina Luna is responding to someone named Chief Trumpster. The GOP just unanimously voted to block the Epstein files release. All 211. Yeah, if you're going to outright lie and try to take advantage of chaos, you might want to be accurate. This is not true, says APL. This was a procedural vote that if failed would have turned over the House to the Democrat Party. You should update your posting so that you're putting out factual information. Pull up the language for this vote and verify for yourself. I really like her for that reason. She just kind of like says, read between the lines. They attached a expose the Epstein files bill to a completely unrelated bill that would give the Democrats power, called for a vote for it. The Republicans said, yeah, we're not giving you power of the House. And then when they killed that, all the Democrat acolytes online went, ha ha ha, the Republicans voted to keep them secret. They're pedo holders. Behold our opposition. All right. And if you're just now getting in here, guys, you're getting to the point where I'm getting spicy because it's literally kicking ourselves right in the nuts. All right, let's keep going. As you can see, this is my X profile at Braden LOA. Please follow me. Jump it up past that 23.3 thousand followers because you guys are amazing. Let's see what's happening on the feed. This is something that not many can do because you never know how this is going to go. All right. I'm just going to kind of keep going through this for a second. I got to go a little faster because, because, you know, sometimes things on the internet are kind of like, whoa. Let's just see if we can find anything for what we're talking about. So there's some response right here. Jojo, the files I ran on releasing are fake news Democrat hoax. Is MAGA really that stupid? This is one of the left-wing progressive accounts. Completely and totally just, literally just stabbing the poker. Here's some more news on what I just covered for you. Tim Burchett has formally called for an oversight chair, James Comer, to allow Maxwell to testify in front of Congress. I think they should do it. You can leave comments down on this one. You can follow me at Braden LOA, and you can tag me at James Comer. Freaking do it. All right. Let's keep on going. Definitely not stopping on that one. Nope. Yeah, well, I'm going fast on purpose, guys. Simply because I never know what's going to pop up. Yeah, it looks like we're going in a different direction. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to play that one. I'm not played that one yet, just because you know what? This is actually one I want to show you. I want to show you this one. We're going to go to this one. I'm okay with it. This happened today. And again, this kind of puts another feather in the cap for Bondi. Knock, knock, who's there? What the hell are you doing? DOJ metadata shows about 2 minutes and 53 seconds were removed from one of the 2 Epstein prison videos before release, with the footage later spliced together. The cut happens just before the infamous missing minute. Seriously? And here's the bottom line, and this is a genuine solution. If you want to pull the ripcord on this one and actually potentially do something, you can try. Bondi went on camera early on and said, the files are on my desk. I've seen them all. There's thousands of videos, very specific. You will get the list. Hey, someone's lying to me in the New York field office. The FBI is lying to me. That person's been fired. They're going to be delivered by truck. It happened. I saw it happen. Then when this came out and said, we don't have a case anymore, there's nothing at all, she said, well, there's 1 minute missing. That's totally normal. It's on all the tapes. Well, now there's 3 minutes missing. Listen, I'm on team restore faith in America. I'm not on team what the hell are you doing, AG? You are the Attorney General of the United States. Good Lord. I don't know. Maybe I'm over my skis. Maybe she's over her skis. But luckily, there's a chat box just for you. I'm going to do some super chats real quick because I saw 1 or 2 pop in that I want to make sure you guys don't get missed, rather. I think that's the last one. Hold on 1 second, and then I will. Yep, here we go. That is the last one. Here. R with a $1.99 super chat. AG Bondi must be transparent or resign. Yes, I completely agree with that sentiment. Irish Rover in Florida, $2 super chat, says Trump is batting 0 for 3 for picking AGs. I'm not gonna say it's wrong. Genuinely, I'm not. Ash for a $5 super chat says Maxwell didn't kill herself too soon. Let's, hey, whoa. All right, Jeremy Willis, $5 super chat. Scam Blondie only does something if we scream and demand it, and let useless as an AG, useless. I'm not going to say she's useless because there are things that she has done that have been helpful for what we're dealing with. I'm just going to do this real quick so you have a better screen. But they're few and far between, I'll be honest. All right, R with a $5 super chat. I worry Maxwell isn't long. I can't read that. I say this as someone who wants her to testify. We need answers about the clients. And honestly, guys, this is where it boils down to. And this is the craziest part about this entire stupid thing. It's such an unforced error. And it gets in the way of everything that we're all trying to accomplish. Because I know for a fact, I'm going to give you guys a little pep talk monologue real quick. I'm feeling it coming on. I don't know. I got the juices coming. I know you all love your country. I sure hope you guys know I love my country. The grinding that we have to do to restore the faith and the trust and the confidence in this nation is not helped with this kind of shenanigan bullshit. This doesn't help. if you think about all the people that you know, every single person in every single demographic has a visceral reaction to being lied to. Whether it is the young males or the young females, they all have a gripe with something. The young males feel like they're ostracized from the community, the future, all the job prospects. The young females can say there's no males to be, involved with. You've got the older generation that says, that's not how we used to do it. Like, literally, everyone's pissed. My point in saying this is you guys aren't alone. We're all frustrated. And the polling is showing this out. If you're just now tuning in, I've shown you how there is a 94% consensus to everyone being pissed off. I've shown you how Republicans and Democrats are equally pissed off. I've shown you how white college, white non-college are pissed off, core MAGA base. I've shown you how Republicans are jumping ship. I've shown you all of it. And where we're at right now, it's not a place that we need to be because it's all unforced errors that are only getting in the way of achieving the mission of which we have set out to do. That's the biggest thing. So I'm just going to watch this thing. Here, I'll go this real quick. Did I hit the right button? Yeah, there we go. I'll reload that. But the bottom line here, guys, is that piece of crap. If you guys believe in that mission and message, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because I'm always doing this stuff. We're making a huge push out from the 2A world and incorporating it into the main world because the benefits that we have through the political fights we've done, we can solve this whole problem. And I see it. And I'd love for you guys to join me in this quest. And Trump is still a dill hole. All right. Not Trump, sorry. Whoops. Gavin Newsom. That's who I was looking at right there. See, right there. There's my proof. Will Crump with a $5 super chat. What if Democrats have had time to alter the list and add the names of leading conservatives? Remember, evidence was stored in SDNY and may still be. So here's the thing, and this is honestly a really, really great question, Will. I love these questions you guys are bringing up. It's, to me, we can go down this road of who was on the list, when they were on the list, who adjusted the list, who manipulated the list. That's a question that I can't solve. But you know what a question that I can absolutely solve is? I saw my attorney general lie to the American people on camera. Twice. 3 times about this instance. We have raised a significant uproar about this issue in the general population. I just showed you the numbers. It's not just MAGA. It is everybody. And the answer is, you read the memo. Is this Office Space? What in the actual hell are you talking about? That's where I kind of focus my efforts and my points of action on, because I can objectively say this happened and I've got the camera, I've got the clips and the cameras and everything. Do something about this. It's very obvious what just happened. Don't double, triple, quadruple down. That's just idiotic. Ugh. See? Frustration. All right. Our beloved leader of California. Oh, man. See, a lot of you guys are kind of getting into the details over here. Where's the laptop? Where's all this? Exactly. Like, but I can't get into those types of things because I just, honestly, I stick to what I know when I'm on the internet live because, it's that thing. A couple of you are following. That is awesome. Burchett should step in and lead the country. You're not alone in your thoughts. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And guys, if you're just not tuning in, at Braden LOA is the X account. Some of these things are so funny. They just randomly pop up. Yeah, so what we're looking at, it's nothing that's gonna further enrich this statement at this time. So guys, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna back off. We're gonna wrap this stream up. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here with me on this, being a patriot who loves this country, whether you consider yourself through the letters of MAGA or a conservative or a Republican or an independent. I dare say even a Democrat. If you guys love this country, you're in good company here. I'd love to have you join the fight. Hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and you can help dispel tyranny. And every time you hit that like button, you actually kill a demon of tyranny. It happens. I've seen it. But I hope you guys have an amazing night. I love each and every one of you, just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable. I will see you tomorrow morning where we continue our march towards freedom. Catch you later. I'm going to go this way.